Should have told people I was going live. I don't know if anybody's going to show up. Oh, well.
Congressman Greg Abbott, who is in a wheelchair, and Newsom says he rolled over for Trump. That's almost as bad as Jasmine Crockett calling him Governor Hot Wheels. You know, we asked for a statement, and Newsom's office said something flippant like, you know, oh, you're so woke. He'll get over it. Abbott will get over it. Your response to that?
Oh, my God. I don't know how you guys feel about Gavin Newsom. I know some people are still whining that he had his winery open during COVID. He was drinking wine, right? Telling us all we couldn't. And yet every time you open your mouth, all I hear is whining. I like a fighter, guys. I need a fighter. What I've needed the whole time. That's what the Democratic Party needs. He's been trolling him, right? So, like I said, Gavin Newsom's been laying this trap for a long time. If you make fun of the way he's talking, you know what I mean? You kind of call out Trump. It's a great trap. He's a great politician. And at this point, the worst thing we could have is a great politician with good hair. You know, I don't really care that he was drinking wine. As long as he's fighting back. Nobody's fighting back. You think Chuck Schumer's fighting back? Gavin's fighting back. Jasmine's fighting back. AOC's fighting back. But the rest of them are just kind of doing these, you know, Jeffries with his baseball bat. I'm gonna smash this bill. But if you guys didn't see this, let's watch it together.
Thank you, everyone. We are out of time.
Speaking of wine.
I don't know. I hope it's a wake-up call to the President of the United States. I'm sort of following his example. If you've got issues with what I'm putting out, you sure as hell should have concerns about what he's putting out as president. So to the extent it's gotten some attention, I'm pleased. But I think the deeper question is, how have we allowed the normalization of his tweets through social posts over the course of the last many years to go without similar scrutiny and notice?
I mean, when you're right, you're right. And he is right there. Here, I don't want to, you guys don't want to see my face. I'll leave that up till I find the next video. My face is the background because we had the old background. But right, when you're right, you're right. It was the perfect, base Gavin. It was the perfect trap because he knew, I mean, they know exactly what they're doing. Like I said, he's a skilled politician. All this is coming up because, as you guys know, as subscribers to the channel, Donald Trump called up Greg Abbott and said, hey, Greg Abbott, I'm polling, what is it today, 30% in the Pew poll. A recession on the horizon, a self-created recession. And as again, 4.5 trillion, polling at 30%. He called up Greg Abbott and he said, hey, you got to get me some seats because I'm going to lose. Greg Abbott, he's not a stand-up guy. So he decided to cheat. And finally, the Democrats are doing something, right? I'm glad it's my state, man. I love this state until I can figure out how to escape to a winery in Italy. This is where I'm going to be, but there you go. It's time to start wielding it. It's time to start playing dirt, to play dirty and to do it before they do it. You know what I mean? That's so reactionary. It's always after the fact. So what do fascists do when the opposition is having a press conference? What happens in this fascist nation when a governor of the largest populated state is having a press conference? Well, they send out the puppy killer.
Our reporters in LA right now, where they say that Border Patrol has arrived just outside of the downtown LA venue where Governor Gavin Newsom was actually holding a press conference today.
And
it appears that those Border Patrol agents are making arrests, illegal immigrants that I don't know if they were at this press conference, if they were in the area, but this is a very, as John put it when we first saw this video, a very in-your-face way to let, Democrats know that you are going to do your job, that you're going to carry
is that
out
what
these
she's letting him know?
Policies. Can you just respond to this video that we're watching right now?
Let's hear it, puppy killer.
Every single one of our ICE and Border Patrol operations is built on information, on investigative work. It's a case and an operation that has been planned because of who they think could be in that area and what they have for information that shows that there are illegal criminals there. Remember, we're focusing on the worst of the worst. So I don't know specific to what information that they had for that operation that they planned
Why
today,
would you?
But it was based on the investigative work that all law enforcement officers do for every single operation they conduct to make sure that they're getting dangerous criminals off our streets.
You see the subtext Dangerous criminals off the street. The governor is inside. I'm pretty sure he has sufficient security. Helen Keller could read Kristi Noem's face with her fingers, but that's besides the point. This is all about intimidation. This is fascism. Any kind of pushback. You know, there's a lot of subtext going on, right? The criminals are there. Oh, I don't know. At least own it, Kristi Noem. At this point, at least own it. And here, Gavin even addressed what was going on. Right here. Dogs are barking in the background. It's probably ICE. If I get sent to El Salvador, GoFundMe, okay? Because you know what they do to pretty boys like me in prison. I'll tell you what they do. I should have told people I was going live. Nobody even knows I'm here. I'm sorry the dogs are barking, but look who's here. What's up, Drew?
And right outside, at this exact moment, are dozens and dozens of ICE agents. Donald Trump, you think it's coincidental?
Just criminals.
Donald Trump and his minions, Tom Homan, tough guy.
I like
totally
that.
decided,
I do.
coincidentally or not, that this was a location to advance ICE arrests. Indiscriminate? Perhaps. We'll find out later. It was certainly indiscriminate when a 15-year-old disabled boy had a gun put to his head in Los Angeles trying to go to school just a few days ago.
Yeah, agreed.
I met with it. I don't need to belabor this, except I want to level set. People are scared, people are fearful. You had a United States senator that was thrown down to the ground in a federal building. Alex Padilla. J.D. Vance's name is Alex Padilla, not Jose Padilla. That's the Vice President of the United States. Another museum, not so far away from us, talks about those 53 days.
I'm changing
Some
it.
of you know what I'm referring to. Wake up, America. This is a serious moment.
Wake up.
Wake up to what's going on. Wake up to the fear, the anxiety. Wake up to what's happening, not just here in Los Angeles, where we saw our streets militarized. We saw our due process rights thrown out the window.
That seems like a president,
Heard
right?
the word disappeared.
I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting. That's the end of the clip. Wake up, America. It's called the American dream because you have to be asleep if you believe in it. George Carlin. I like this guy, man. I don't know. I know a lot of people on the left don't like him. I know a lot of people. I have nobody on the right likes him. We were actually stuck at Newark Airport. If you guys want to look into the future, you could take odds on it. I'll give you 10-1. I think Newark Airport will be where I eventually die. Every time I'm there, something terrible happens. COVID, layover. But we were laid over. I got a big mouth. I make friends with people. I made friends with this guy, right? He's a school teacher. He complained the whole time. He said, I only make $1,000. Well, he's a coach, right? This is kind of the problem with America. I don't know about you guys, but when I was taught civics, maybe they don't even teach civics anymore. When I was taught civics, it was taught by like the basketball coach, right? They didn't actually have someone, they could have had me, political science degree, teach it. But it's like an afterthought that you get taught. So he's complaining that he has to drive back and forth this whole way. I only make $1,000. We talked to him for like an hour. A lot of drinks. Plane was delayed. I gave his wife one of my Xanax for the plane. That's like gold. About an hour in, he starts telling me how great Donald Trump is. I don't think he's a fan of the show. I don't think he knew who he was talking to. Did my camera just turn off? I think the battery just went dead. It's with the technical difficulty. Now this is like a radio podcast, but I don't have my long cord anymore to plug it in. I gotta grab it. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I had a green screen incident, and the green screen came down and broke a lot of stuff. One of the things that broke was my charger cord somehow, because it knocked coffee on it. So I don't have the long charger cord anymore when I go live. All right, is anyone still here? I will never question your loyalty again. All right, so the clips we watched, right? He was talking about it. So Gavin is we're going to redistrict California. It's going to be a trigger. So if any red state, let's make sure everything's still working because I knocked a bunch. Okay. It's going to be a trigger. Any red state tries anything, right? They try to redistrict it. We're all going to vote. He says he has the votes to pass it. I think it might come to the people a bit, so it's a little bit different than Greg Abbott. And it'll kick in. So you try to redistrict, it automatically redistricts the House of Representatives. And I think we can beat Texas. In New York, Illinois is already doing this, I think. All the blue states should follow suit. And that's why I'm just saying, like, no matter how you feel about this guy, Name one other person. I mean, we got Jasmine Crockett, but name someone else in the Democratic Party who's playing this way, right? It's always playing by the rules. So it's just nice to have it. And as you saw with that guy at the first, right? They're looking for anything. They're like, oh, Gavin's making fun of him because he says he's going to roll over Trump. And I love that when they called Gavin's office, he said, you're woke. Because this is like a master class in how to play this. You know what I mean? It's been so long since I've been like, all right, that's a guy who could win. And like I said, he hasn't always been the best, okay? But, you know, let's watch one more clip of him. And I'm sorry that my battery went dead. I'm going to have to buy a new charger cord. I have a big battery somewhere. It doesn't matter because I can't find it. I love making the videos for you guys, right? Because they're so much smoother and I can edit out all these faux pas? I think a fupa's the full upper pussy area. Faux pas is a mustache, I think. Yeah. All right, let's listen to one more thing before we get into the fupa.
Fact that we're affirming our independent commission, and we're calling for a national independent commission as well. Well, I think it's pretty sick and pathetic. It just said everything you need to know, the setting that we're under. That they chose the time, manner, and place to send their district director outside right when we're about to have this press conference.
It's because they're scared, right?
Donald Trump's America. And that was top down. You know that for a fact. They'll deny it, I'm sure. Maybe they won't deny it.
That doesn't deny it.
Everything you know about the authoritarian tendencies of the President of the United States. I said in a moment ago, wake up, America. Wake up. You will not have a country if he rigs this election. You will have a president who will be running for a third term. Mark my word. I wasn't exaggerating when I said
yeah. He said that he was going to run for a third term, right? You guys catch that one? They asked him in the office. He was saying, if I would have lost the first time, I think I have the clip of it actually. He said, if I would have lost the first time, I'd be serving my third term right now. Right here. You don't even have to wonder anymore. You know what I'm saying? People on this channel, depending on how long you've been here, even probably before you found this channel, we've been trying to warn you that it was going to happen. And the thing is now, it's happened. A lot of Americans are like freaking out because it happened. We're in it. This is authoritarianism. He's sending Gavin is going to shoot up as the front runner 3.5 years out because we're going to have a primary this year. Hopefully, as the Democratic Party, we're going to have a primary for the first time since Obama in 2008, like a real primary. And he's going to take the lead over everybody after this, I imagine. And what does he do? He sends ICE there. So if you ever thought that ICE, I mean, what is ICE? It's like the 7th most funded military in the world now with the billions and billions they gave them. He's sending them to shut down opposition. It has nothing to do with immigration or whatever BS they say it is. But here you go. He really mass off.
If we didn't go to Los Angeles, you wouldn't have a big part of it burned down. The other part of it would have burned down too. You would have not had, I don't think you would have been able to have the Olympics. We have the Olympics. I have a lot at stake with that because I'm the one that got the Olympics. I got it in my first term. And I was saddened because I got it for what would be my third term. Okay, which turned out to be second term.
What would have been my third term? That's how he thinks. You know what I'm saying? Mask off. There's no, it's not coming. It's here. Let's see what Chad has to say, especially you that stuck through the technical difficulties. Still here. Stick it in there. Thanks, Jay Williams. I know I can count on you to stay by. What's Abbott going to do when he can't wipe his own butt? I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, Texas, right, it was going purple, but it didn't really change. The problem about Texas is nobody votes. And they frame it this way, like nobody votes in Texas. It's a really small number of the state. If you're from Texas, fill in the chat what I'm saying. Keep me honest. But the reason they don't vote is because they put in things like this. You know, it's so blatant now. Like back in the old days, they used to hide it behind something. They used to say, oh, we have to redistrict for this and this, and then go to the Supreme Court of the state and they'd strike it down. But now, Trump literally made a phone call, and the next day, Greg Abbott took the special session they were having to try to give funding for the flooding or whatever, and he turned that into Donald Trump trying to add, you know, I think they're saying 6 Congress people. Now, that doesn't sound like, what does he always say? The most decisive victory in United States history or whatever. He won by like 51%. The most decisive ever. That doesn't sound like a president who's like that. That sounds like a president that's scared, you know, of the incoming economical problems that are happening. Anyway, I just wanted to jump on here because this is my state. I'm proud of it. You know what I mean? Finally, we're seeing a fighter. Candidate Obama was a lot different than President Obama. I'll be the first person to tell you that. But at least candidate Obama was definitely a fighter. And I haven't really seen a fighter forever. You know, Democrats, they always try to avoid it. I know Hillary tried to avoid all this. Didn't really go toe-to-toe with him. Biden couldn't really go toe-to-toe with him in 2024. And then we had whatever all that was. We don't need to get into it. But anyway, did I ever finish my story about the Newark airport? Or is that when everything crashed out? I don't think I finished that story. And I don't think I should try to stitch it together. And, because that was a while ago that I said it. But anyway, in the Newark airport, I'm talking to this guy for an hour. He's bitching about not making any money as a teacher, having to drive 3 hours. All these things, right? And if you've been on this channel long enough, you know I'm not. The reason I'm on the left is mostly for workers' rights, right? Grew up in a small coal mining town from a generation of coal miners. So I started talking about unions. I said, that's mostly why I'm there. And they always try to veer off, right? He's like, you know, they got us teaching at my ski. You know, they got us teaching that boys are girls and girls are boys. I don't know if he talked like that. I'm stereotyping him for impact. But we weren't even talking about that. So I said, you know, I like unions, protections. I'm for the working man. He said, I hate unions. They make the fat teachers who don't do anything, they get paid while I'm driving 3 hours this way, 3 hours that way, making $1,000. So I said, you know, all politics is local, but you should think on a bigger scale of what's happening. And then I said, I didn't recognize you without your effing Epstein hat on. And then he got up to go pretend to check on the plane, and we didn't see him again. His wife still stayed, but we didn't see him. So there's the end of that story that I was trying to tell you. Let's see. I mean, early Obama was kind of a fighter. He definitely, once he became president, I mean, you know, he was clipped. He spent all his capital on getting the health care through. And then he was kind of clipped for the rest of it. They took over the young guns. I don't think any of the young guns are left. Kevin McCarthy. This is why I need a producer, because I could say, go get that clip. But one of the Gavin retweets was Kevin McCarthy was like, Gavin doesn't have the votes to do this redistricting. And he wrote back to him saying, Kevin McCarthy, the master of counting votes. We should all listen to him. So, I mean, you know, candidate Obama was a lot different than President Obama. I'll be the first to say that. But I think we would all agree we would like that right now. You know what I mean? Anything besides the encroaching fascism, I don't think we're going to have an election. I think what you're seeing with ICE showing up to Gavin's press conference, I think that's what they're going to try to... They're all trying to get in before the midterms, right? They're trying to get... that's why there's such a rush on it. That's why Trump's like, it's coming to a city near you. That's what my video made. I made it. I don't know. YouTube... I'll talk about algorithms in a minute. I don't think YouTube's feeding me as much as they should either. But... he said it's coming to a city near you, and they're trying to rush it before the midterms. So if you think they're brazen enough to show up at the governor's speech and try to shut it down, try to be intimidating with ICE, I mean, just think what they'll do to you and me when we're at the voting polls, right? This is coming attractions. This is normalization of it all. ICE, we got to get all the illegals out. ICE, go to Home Depot. ICE, go to the farms. ICE, let the farmers decide which ones they give up, which ones they don't, so we have slavery. ICE, go hunt down. They proposed using ICE to go get those representatives that left Texas so they couldn't redistrict. Now ICE is showing up at California when the governor's talking because they say it's a security thing. You know what I'm saying? They arrested like 100 people in D.C. last night. You tell me the cops can't do that? You have troops on the street. It's here. Now, a lot of people, I know I don't want to reiterate my last video because most of you are here, probably watched the last video, but a lot of these channels are like distractions. It's just a distraction. They're trying to distract you. What are they trying to distract you from? This is it. This is what they want. They want a secret police to nab you off the street. You know what I mean? America is a grift. He was. Good take. I'm going to assume that's for me. America is a myth. Or maybe it's for someone else. Yes, the other side. They're not ridiculous though, right? I mean, they kind of have all the power right now. And look at this here. I bet this has something to do with it. Let's see what old Pam Bondi says. Does her accent remind anyone of White Lotus? Pipe. It reminds me of it. It's probably because it's from the same region. But I haven't watched this yet. Let's see what she has to say.
Okay, let's focus and dial in. So, D.C., sanctuary city, L.A., sanctuary city,
See?
San Francisco, sanctuary city,
Everywhere.
New York City, sanctuary city, California, sanctuary state. What does this mean in reality for all of these locations, municipalities, states moving forward?
They must comply. Yesterday, I sent out 33 letters to mayors around
What
this country.
the
I think
hell?
3 or 4 of them were in California alone, not surprising. I sent out letters to all of these mayors and to the governors saying, you must comply. We want to know what you're doing to comply with our federal government. So we're going to see. I'll let you know how they respond. They have 5 days to respond to me.
5 days. Ooh.
Okay, let me move on, and I want to
Yeah,
ask
move on, Tubby. I'd move on too. You know, if I was Tubby, Sean Tubby Combs or whatever Hannity's name is, if I was him, I would move on too, because the entire premise of my party up to this point was states' rights. Don't step on snack. Don't step on snack. You know, states' rights. States' rights. You have the DOJ saying, if you don't, she gave an ultimatum. If you don't comply, she yelled, if you don't comply, in 5 days, we're coming into your state. Right? I mean, there you go. I love this. Should clean it up and make it into a shirt. It's kind of JPEG-y right now. But I should clean that up and make it into a shirt. Because that is very fashy. Does that not feel fashy? To anyone? Oh my God, we are so screwed, guys. I don't know. You guys were here at the first, but I kind of want to watch this wheelchair thing again because it's so funny. Do we have some new people in here? I'm sorry. I don't want to replay it, but it's 21 seconds. I love this. And I love the response.
And Greg Abbott, who is in a wheelchair, and Newsom says he rolled over for Trump. That's almost as bad as Jasmine Crockett calling him Governor Hot Wheels. You know, we asked for a statement, and Newsom's office said something flippant like, you know, oh, you're so woke.
I love it.
Get over it.
Flippant. The guy doesn't even get it. Right? What is this guy? Is that like a man in a skin suit on the left? That looks like AI made him. Where's that kid in my comments who's always crying about AI? He's like, you did AI. You got an AI image in there. That means you wasted. If I would have stayed in the shower 1 second longer, I wasted as much water. Now I'm going to downvote your 45-minute video because... Anyway, I don't want to get off on that guy. But the guy on the left looks like he's AI. I don't think he's real. But I love that he says he's flippant because his office said woke. He said, you're so woke. Like, do these people know who they are? Are they just starting to realize how it feels to interact with them on a daily basis? Are they finally starting to understand how much it sucks to be on the other end of their AI guy? What does chat think? Do we got that AI guy in here? Or Hot Wheels? Yeah, Greg Abbott is not a stand-up guy. Spider-Man? I love that name. How did you get that name? Spider-Man. That's a good one. He's not a stand-up guy. He never has been. You know. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and say anything, but Greg Abbott should take a seat. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy, right? Here's another one. Should we watch another one? I'm here. Till the battery dies again. I got a big-ass battery I hook up to it, too. But I was in such a rush to get here because I want to see what you guys think. Plus, I know some of you like it when I do live. You're masochists. Some of you are masochists. You like these lives. So I'm here for you. But America, I mean, honestly, if you fell asleep, what? Even if you fell asleep, let's say you fell asleep in 2014, you wake up. The government, The president of the United States is sending secret police into D.C. He's sending his own personal army who wear masks. They wear masks, right? I swear, you wake up from 2 years before you lose Obama. Men in masks are outside the governor of California's conference to try and intimidate him because he's trying to counter a move. You know, they redistrict every decade. They did this, they're doing it randomly now. They're just like, let's redistrict to get it anytime you want. He sent him outside to do that. I'm just saying, man, it's, you know, and after this, I want to talk about the algorithm for a minute. I want to make an episode on it, but today I was really, really pissed off about the algorithm. And I had to go to the dentist. And, look at those, they're white. I had to go to the dentist, and that hurt. And then also, I was just pissed off about, but anyway. Let's listen to this.
Carjacking, we have people mugging people at all hours of the day, and it's out of control. So the president had to send in the National Guard.
Right.
And I think that you've seen just
arrests
in the last 24 hours a huge decline in crime, and we're going to support this. We're going to support doing this in other cities if it works out in Washington, D.C. And again, it's unfortunate, but we spend a lot on our military. Our military has been in many countries around the world for the past 2 decades.
Yeah, it has, Coomer. And how did those countries turn out that our military was in around the world? How are they doing? How's Afghanistan? How's Iraq? How's it all doing? How's I don't know. We don't have to go back to Vietnam, but he's making a case to send our military. Oh my God. You see what I'm saying? We warned. It's just too late now. What did America's, so I haven't seen this one either. Should we see what America's greatest comedian has to say about it? It goes, here's my rankings of comedy. It goes George Carlin, Norm Macdonald, and then Greg Gutfeld. That is, what did Joe Rogan say? There's only 150 comedians in the world. And Greg Gutfeld takes up 10 of those spots. That's how good he is. Should we see what the greatest comedian ever had to say about this?
Leads me to this other thing about trying to figure out why Democrats are so lazy. And they are literally lazy. They think that if they just focus on Trump, then they don't have to assess these other issues. There's like 6 or 7 issues. He says people are scared. He says that Trump's going to run for a 3rd term. These are very easy things to say. They're hypothetical. They're not true, but it's easy.
He's saying it.
If Democrats know
Trump's
the problem,
saying it.
why don't they solve it? Are they allergic to work? How are you allergic to work?
Oh my God.
It makes
Never
me
mind.
think
Never
that
mind.
when
I
they
thought
look
we
at a
could do it,
problem-
but he's not even, unless it's a bit that he's doing, but he's just doing Reagan. That's just Reagan. He's trying to do like Reagan, Democrats don't work. What the hell? Oh, I like this lady. I like this Jessica lady. I think everybody likes her, right? Poor lady. I feel bad for her. I mean, it's a paycheck. She gets a lot of money to sit there. I would do it if they put me on there. I'd go sit there and tell Greg Gutfeld that he's a effing moron. I would collect a paycheck for that, but let's see what she had to say. She has some good things. She's talking to Kellyanne Conway. You remember Kellyanne Conway? Her and George Conway? I remember after they got divorced, George Conway started dating all those left influencer people. He went through them, and he kind of started dating all of them. Maybe that was the scam all the time. But, all right, before you watch this video, let me check the comments, because that's why I'm here. I want your opinions. If you're one of these 34 people, how sad it's only 34 people, I'm going to set a time to go live so I get you all in here and so I can prepare. I'm going to set a time, but let me see what you 34 people have to say. Make sure you're writing if you're here. Yo, where can we get that flag? So I'll try to clean it up, but I found it. I don't know if the creators out there and you want to put it in my store, or you want me to do something with it or sell it for you, I will. But otherwise, I'm going to clean up the JPEG. And I think I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you for a decent. I don't know. I'm not an Etsy mom, so I'll put it in that YouTube thing. I don't know what they do with it, but it is. You know, honest to God, why we're talking about the Gadsden flag? At its core, the Gadsden flag is a pretty cool flag. It's got a great history. It's cool looking. It's a snake getting stepped on. I mean, that's cool. The Chuds ruined it, right? The Chuds ruined the Tea Party ruined that flag. And I have a theory of why they decide that flag. Because during that time, John Adams, the series on HBO, was kind of wrapping up, I think, around there. And I think they're so unoriginal. One of them just saw that flag and was like, snake stepping flag, that's key. Let's attach that to everything. But let's see what Jessica has to say.
So they could get 5 Republicans out, and they could also shore up 4 vulnerable Democrats in swing seats and make sure we get those as well.
It's
and
easy
when
to
there
get
are
elected, I'll clarify. It's easy, simple to get elected and reelected as a Democrat, as a socialist, as a
Gavin Newsom is a socialist.
As a coddle criminals, as he condemned Mondami.
Mondami?
Stop just like throwing whatever on the wall about this. You're just using buzzwords.
No, I don't need to use buzzwords. Here's
really,
the
Mondani has nothing to do with Gavin Newsom.
Oh, New York City has nothing to do with the governor of California. They're the same party, as is your party. But since you invoked my name, we're going to do Fox News debate rules, and I get 30 seconds. Here's what I meant.
I never get
that rule. It is so
These
simple
people
to be elected, reelected as a Democrat in California. It's impossible to govern as these kinds of Democrats in California is all I mean.
So they could get...
Oh, my God. These people are insufferable. Mondami. So, I don't know. Some of you might follow. Well, we've never went anywhere on Instagram. I can't go anywhere on Instagram. But I posted a picture on the Instagram account of the Chud Report of, we were in New York. And I saw a sign. I was in Brooklyn. I was wandering around Brooklyn. And I saw a sign for him, Mondami. And I took a picture and I put it on here's what's weird. Okay. So some of you might have been part of the original Facebook page, the Chad the Chud, the Facebook that had like 30,000 people that Facebook took it down for no reason. And we never heard from it again. Some of you might have been part of that. I put it on the new one, which has nobody on it. It's got like 800 people. I don't care. I don't like Facebook. You don't need to go join Facebook. I don't want anybody on there. It's just a place where things filter to. Anyway, I posted it. This lady I had worked with 4 years ago. 4 years ago? Yeah, I'm getting old. He writes, I didn't know you were a jihad. I had taken a picture of Mondami's poster. She said to me, I didn't know you were a jihadist. Now, I've been called a lot of things in my life. I've been called a Jew a lot more than that, and I'm not even Jew. I've never been called a jihad. I like Mondami. I think he's a decent dude. In fact, I think I saw a tweet earlier with him in it. Yeah, right here. He's the whole thing. I don't know. Some of you might not be as old as me. Some of you are probably around my same age on here. But the whole thing back when September 11th happened, there was this big push to know, like, why did it happen? Why do they hate us? And the whole idea was to eventually get to a place where some of the more radical ideas, all the radical ideas, are shed. And, you know, Muslims can run for the mayor of New York. You can criticize him for being inexperienced, whatever else. But to say, like, I'm a jihadist because I like this guy, he's a decent guy. Listen to him.
And the ways in which we govern to deliver on that. And the lessons of that conversations are ones that I hold close to me as we continue to build this campaign to win the general election. And it was an honor to receive that time and those reflections from the former president.
I know that he could be endorsing you, and separately, have you also met with...
He better endorse him. What the hell?
I leave the decision of endorsements to the president. I can tell you that my focus continues to be on the 8.5 million New Yorkers who call the city their home. And
anyway, I like this guy. I think he's genuine. I don't know. I'm a pretty good judge of character. Am I? I don't know. I think so. But Obama better endorse him. Like, come on. Because Bill Clinton ran out and was like, I'm endorsing Cuomo. Not Coomer. Cuomo. Man, I don't know. Maybe I've had too much of the old Santa Barbara wine from Gavin's Winery. When COVID was happening, I was there. Wasn't there. I don't want you to get mad at me. But I'm just saying, like, Bill Clinton runs out to endorse Cuomo, and then Obama better endorse this guy. I don't know, man. I think a lot of things have ended, right, in America. We're going to be set back so far. And what I really think is going to happen, I probably can't really say on YouTube, but there's only one way you get back after being this too far gone. Because here's what's going to happen, right? I mean, he's literally sending secret police to there. So, in order to fix this, the next guy who is let's pretend we have an election. That's a pretty big assumption. Let's pretend we actually get to have an election, both the midterms and the presidential elections. Because spoiler alert, if he's alive, if he's upright, Trump will be running in 2028. They may do some smoke and mirrors BS where he's like, JD's running and I'm the VP. And then on minute one, JD's like, I'm stepping down. And he's the president. They're going to pull some stuff, right? So all I'm saying is if a Democrat gets in 2028 as president with this Supreme Court, in order to fix all the stuff he's done, all the things he's broke, they're going to have to do the same lawlessness the other way. Which, I mean, yes, they should, obviously. But when countries enter this, it signals the end, right? So, look, Steve Bannon, I don't agree with his politics. I'm not a white nationalist. I don't see the world that way. But Steve Bannon I think he's smart. And he talks a lot about the fourth turning. And I read that book, a long time ago. And a lot of it's true. If not only the part where we are so far away from those World War II people, we are so far away from anyone that understands the consequences of what they're doing, that it's cute. Like we went to Universal Studios, right? Here's another story, just a story that I can't believe happened. This was a month ago. The kids in front of us, all high school kids, they threw up the Elon salute, right? I don't know what I could say on YouTube, but they threw it up. And then they yelled out the H8, the 8-8. They yelled it out like Nazis, right? All of them did it. It blew my mind. I never thought I would see this before. So much has been destroyed that if we do swing it to the left, it's gonna be a pendulum until eventually something big happens. But anyway, let's get back to the comments. I'm opining. Should have asked. So her husband is a big art dealer, and I always forget the person's name, but he owns all the Black Andy Warhol. If any of you, that's not his name. His name's not the Black Andy Warhol, but that's what they call him. But he's a white Jewish guy or else. But he bought all this guy's paintings a long time ago, and now he's in fashion. So that's probably why she said it to me. But wow. Not talking to someone for 4 years, they called him a jihadist. Look at me, I don't think I'm a jihadist. What's up, Jessica Starr? Why you a zombie? Is that a zombie right there? Hey, can I give you guys special one day? All right, here's the thing. We're all here, right? What about when do you guys like to have lives? Because I'll set a day. Throw it out in the comments. When would be a good time for me to go live? Then I'll set it. And that way it's not random on a Thursday night. Just because I got a wild hair up my butt. And then we can have something and I can prepare instead of just showing you guys my, what's on my mind. Telling you airport stories in the middle of testicle difficulty. Who's this lady? Is this like a Jessica that's not? Let's see.
Is that it is very rich to say we are going to charge the sandwich thrower with a felony. When I was there on January 6th, and all of those people that assaulted police officers got pardoned. Not just the nonviolent ones, not just the ones that went into the Capitol. Everyone, including the ones that went after police officers, got pardoned. So don't tell me we care, that this administration cares about protecting police officers when they did not care about those on January 6th.
Respectfully, can we just stay?
Those were police officers.
Is that road rule?
That was in D.C. Those were D.C. police officers.
Can I just start with the fact checking on
Those
what
were
you said?
D.C. police officers.
So the top 10 cities.
Send in the token. Was that the road rules lady? I can't tell. I don't have my glasses on. Respectively, you can't talk like that. So the sandwich throw, if you guys didn't see it, guy threw his full foot-long Subway sandwich at an ICE officer and then took off running. So I imagine they'll be sending him to El Salvador. So that's what they're talking about. The sandwich guy. The sandwich throw heard around the world. That blonde lady's right. I don't know. Are they getting more? Are they trying to pepper their shows a little bit more with sane people? It's not even like, at this point, it's not even, it's not even, they're not Republicans. I mean, they are Republicans, but I don't know. Look, Charlie Smallface. Fox News is bringing in Charlie Smallface, huh? You really made it, kid. He didn't say this. He didn't say oligarchy. Oh, we gotta listen to this. Did he really? Who is this for? Honest to God, who's this for? All right, let's listen to it first, and then I'll go off on a rant, and then I'll probably just wrap this up. But let's see.
This is a 2028 strategy, and so Gavin Newsom is going to try to call a special session to overturn the will of the voters.
No, the voters are included.
Democracy, right? Well, it's not democracy. It's about oligarchy, and the baseline component of all of this is that the people of California, Republican and Democrat, socialist and libertarian, they don't want politicians involved in the drawing of the maps.
There is
Gavin
no
Newsom does not care because he wants to be president more than listen to the voters.
Who's that for, guy? Come on, I'm gonna pull up that picture of Charlie Kirk. Who's that for? Like, who's watching that after Elon Musk gave Donald Trump, he said he would pay? Who's that for? Huh? That actual picture of Charlie Kirk. Look at that guy. The bigger the gums, the bigger the fascist. He really said the people want... I can't. All right, I might have to wrap it up there because I'm just going to get angry. I'm just going to get mad. But I do want to tell you guys, because a lot of you were saying, hey, you're not showing up in the algorithm, right? So I'm writing an episode on it. I want to be really thorough about it. I want to know what I'm talking about it. But yes, YouTube saw TikTok's algorithm because they try to copy them. They panicked. That's what shorts on YouTube is. I put up some shorts once in a while, but that's what shorts is. They panicked. But then they decided to take this algorithm that has completely changed YouTube. TikTok, you should never... Here's some advice, head of Google, if you're not behind Trump and you're watching this stream right now. If the head of Google's one of the 29 people right here right now, the last people you should take advice on is a Chinese propaganda app. So basically what happens... This is what it sounds like. They'll share my video with 20 people that follow me. Now, these 20 people could have checked out. A lot of people have checked out. They're like, we'll be back in October or whatever. We can't deal with this. Even though you're so funny and so handsome, we can't deal with the politics of it all. So we're back in October. So if those people are in this 20 pool, am I boring you guys to death? If they're in there, and they don't watch my video because they've checked out, then it doesn't show it to anyone else. Like, it goes up real slow and you see it and they're like, none of your people are watching it, so we're not showing it to anybody. So it's really, really frustrating. Especially the live videos, crap. But the VOD videos, I put a lot of time into that. I write them out, I research them, I look into them. So it is very frustrating to put that all together and then have some behind the curtain Wizard of Oz bullshit sink me into a hole. And it's even worse on who YouTube copied. They copied TikTok. So TikTok's entire livelihood, their entire existence depends on 90 days. From 90 days, every 90 days, Donald Trump decides if TikTok gets to survive. This is why you shouldn't govern this way. Either block them or don't. So they are beholden to him. So I put up a video. I didn't say anything crass. I didn't say anything dirty. I didn't go into detail about anything, but I happened to mention Trump and Epstein. 30,000 followers on TikTok. I got 10 views, right? I don't even think that's mathematically possible. And that's who YouTube copied. So to the people out there, turn on your notifications. The best thing you could do to get me. And then tell all your friends about me. Because YouTube, for the foreseeable future, is going down a propaganda. What's up, David? Yeah, enlarging the Supreme Court would be good. But we have to win to do that, right? And I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of people, I know I beat it over the head and say it all the time, but it was really revealing to me that, 35% of this country can't read above a 6th grade level. But what they do understand is this, like fighting back, Gavin, even, making fun of Trump, doing all the stuff. They do understand it. So I think the days of your Jefferson-Madison debates, at least for the foreseeable future, are just not going to be here. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. We got what? We might not even be here in 3 years. You know what I mean? We might not even be a country. Am I being dramatic? I don't know. I need to zoom in, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to wind down here, and then I go to the chat, go to our board or whatever, where I post pictures. Find that picture I posted today of that flag, and tell me the days. I'll run a poll. I'm not going to make you do work. I'm going to run a poll to figure out which days you guys like to have a streamer on, because I'm not going to stream every day, because I'm just not that good at it. But I will... we'll try to get like once a week. and get in here. Americans have a good reason to be mad. Yeah, they did. I would have loved to expand the Supreme Court, man. You know? But every time we get in there, Democrats are like, ew, we can't break anything. They're over there shattering the good China, the Republic Thanksgiving. And then Democrats are worried that they're going to like stain, you know, a fork. It's not a good metaphor. I must begin tired. That's a terrible metaphor. But here's a good metaphor for you. To get back to the no, we're good. The midterms are going to be a shit show. ICE will be here. I mean, that's what this is. In my honest opinion, that's why I said it's not a distraction. It's the opposite of a distraction. It's getting you used to it. It's the old term, overused maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago, but it is the boiling of the frog. They want you to get used to these troops on the street by the time the midterms are here, so they can be looking over your shoulder while you vote. There's purity tests in the military. There's purity tests in the FBI. They give lie detector tests in the FBI. You know what I mean? This is not your grandpa's government. So it's going to be bad. You ever reading it at 12th grade level in middle school? Yeah, there you go. Good job, bro. I think I was too. Are you a grumpy queer? Why are you grumpy? Huh? Get out there. Get out into the world. Don't be grumpy. Jessica Starr. These midterms will determine whether our democracy survives or not. I don't know, man. I guess we'll see. We still got, what's my math? We still got like 14 months until the midterm. Can you believe it? It's only been like 7 months. He thought his first term felt long. You know, this is crazy. So I don't know. You guys have some really good names. I should have you guys name the Chud Report. I don't know about that. Star's a good name. Let's see. Democrats play by the rules. They always play by the rules, man. And not only that, it's like they're all over the place, right? Like when I post something, I don't ever want to get audience captured, but sometimes I won't say something because I know someone like will cry about it. Some bread tuber will like cry that I was insensitive in this area. And it's just exhausting. That's why like it must be so easy to be on the right and do this. It's good for the algorithm on the right too, because instead of me researching something, I could just jump on here and be like, make up some BS. Like, oh my God, today they found Barack Obama, wrote the Epstein files himself. He introduced Trump to him so that he could trick him later. I could say something like that. YouTube doesn't check anymore because they're all scared of Trump. And then the algorithm would be like, oh my God, that's quite an opening. So it would feed me to you. But instead, I write out stuff. I try to get into it. I try to obviously I try to lighten it up. I try to put some stank on it. But I would never open with something completely untrue just to hook you in. And it really handicaps me. You know what I mean? It handicaps me. But enough about Greg Abbott. I know, but this isn't Watergate, right? Those Republicans marched down and they said, you have to leave. They went to the White House and they told Nixon he had to leave. And Nixon did a lot less at this point than, he did a little bit of light B&E. You know what I mean? And they had spines. They went to do it, but none of these guys have spines. Name one Republican. They say, oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's breaking against it. She's talking about Gaza because she thinks the Jewish space lasers are shooting stuff down. I won't look into it too much. You know what I mean? She's preparing for whenever a dipshit clocks out, they're going to try to continue MAGA through it all. So that's what she's prepping for. She's not some hero. My poor girl, Bobart, what's she doing, man? She's just hanging out with Kid Rock now. I never even hear from her anymore. She doesn't even call me anymore. She got that hep C. Anyway, this isn't the future I thought of as a kid for sure. No. I actually had a video. You want to watch it? It's funny you should say that. I had a short. I don't think I put this short up. Is it going to be weird for me to watch myself, though? It's funny you say that, though, because here we go. Did I put this up today? Or are you just on the same thing as me? It's kind of conceited to watch myself, isn't it? Oh, let's get ugly out of there. Look at that dumb face. Making a huge dumb. All right. I really want to say one thing. They really screwed us as kids. And no, I don't mean like that. I mean, they metaphorically screwed us, which you have to clarify in this day and age, because the people with the red hats on, they're perfectly fine with the unmetaphorical way. As long as you have a red hat on, you're able to do that. So I'm talking We got metaphorically screwed as kids. Just think about the stuff they told us we would have in the future, right? Hoverboards, flying cars, that oven in Back to the Future 2, where you put a little pizza in and a big pizza comes out. Dinosaur zoos. I know it never turns out good in the movie, but I still want one. I do. Space vacations to Mars. Get your ass to Mars. And there was a tiny chance, a non-zero chance, that AI would become self-aware, realize humans are the biggest threat to humans, and take over. But what do we get instead? All AI took over were the DEI writer jobs at studios. Then we went back 100 years to bring back fascism. Exactly, guy. See? Oh, check out my cool graphics that I put at the end. But see, that's exactly what I was saying. No one ever said this was going to happen. Are you guys sick of seeing this dude's face? Get rid of that dude's face. A picture of Charlie Kirk. All right. I don't know how much more I have. But yeah, here look at it. Okay. I'll show you this. See, look. I tried to post like other stuff like Peggy Hill in here. 2 views. 0 views for that, what I just showed you. I tried to post us in the spooky tiki. This is TikTok. But it all started with this, see? I said she's getting pardoned. Didn't even say Ghislaine. 4 views. I have 30,000 followers. This is the model YouTube's following. They're following TikTok. And TikTok is a Chinese propaganda app. I don't know how long this will last. I don't even know what to do. I'm thinking of just changing this channel into like a prank channel. You got pranked, bro. Or something else, right? Because like, I can't post anything. This is what YouTube took it. And then, here's even the worst. I don't want to show you some pictures. This is my photos account, so I don't want to show you a picture of my dick. This is what they said was the highest one. A trending video. I wonder why this would be a trending video, but mine get blocked. You know what I'm saying? It's over. It's frustrating. It's frustrating for someone, if you were here on this channel before the election, YouTube wasn't like this. I mean, they were still algorithm based, but like our videos were getting like 50,000, 80,000. One of them got 300,000, 100,000 views. And now what? Like nothing. And everybody's like, where you been? I've been here. It's frustrating. And if they don't figure it out soon, or if something doesn't change, I don't know if I can keep doing it because it's so like, I love all of you. I love the people that comment. I love the people that showed up here last minute in a live chat. But man, it's a lot of work just for some random ass algorithm who's trying to protect an investment because of a president with childlike emotions. You know what I mean? Jetpacks. Yes, I would like a jetpack. You can't have the water jetpack. But I want your wages to go up too, Grumpy Queer. And I want you to get healthcare. You know? I want that for you. And then you would be a happy queer. I can say queer, right? It's your name. Like, you're not tricking me into saying something I'm not supposed to say, right? I think I could say that word. I don't know the rules, man. I don't know the rules. I'm glad you dropped in, and I'm glad you all dropped in. I'm going to put up a survey. We're going to have a live show so people know when I'm here, okay? That's what we're going to do going into, what is it, August, September, oh, God. Oh, it's not an election year, though. We got... Oh man, I gotta start. You know, I do fundraisers out here in California. I gotta call them up. We gotta start raising some money. I wonder if I should call up Gavin. I'd like to. I don't know, man. I like him. I just like him. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Okay, but I admit it. So hopefully people on the left on this channel don't get mad about it. But anyway, all right, I like you too. I'm just rambling. Sometimes at the end, I'll just ramble forever, so I got to cut myself off. But thanks for joining in. I'm sticking with the people on the right. Aw, thanks, Dan. You've been here a long time, Dan. You might have remembered the Facebook page and all the other stuff, but I'll keep making them. Let's just hope that something kicks in again. It's just it's a lot of work. So, all right, guys, this is the core. This is my group right here. You 25 people are in the inner circle. I wonder if I can grab who all of you are. And Kanda, you showed up a little late, but you're also in the middle circle. Yeah, I'm an all right guy. I think I'm pretty cool sometimes. You know, oh, see, here we go, ranting. So after the other dude got mad at the airport, a guy who looked more like me, the thing is, Chuds look like me. He scooted down from Indianapolis. He said he was Illinois. He said he was from Nantucket. And I said, oh, I heard about you. There once was a man from Nantucket. I don't think I should say the rest of it. But he was more like I could talk to him. And I did talk to him. In the moment I changed his mind about a lot of things. I don't know if it'll go with him. But it was a lot different than the guy who, see, now I'm just rambling. Anyway, there once was a man from Nantucket. If you're not in the party, probably best to expect anything but trouble. Hope we get to eat and go to the doctor. Yes, and you know, the next 5 years are going to be transformative, and we are so not ready for it. You know, it's coming. I know it's easy to like turn your head and close your eyes, but it's coming. Automation, it's coming. I mean, it's really happening now, and we're just not ready for it. And I think, what's the saying? Every country's 7 meals away from being overturned. So I guess we get to put it to test. You know, we're going to Tuscany next year, and I want to find a winery and just leave. I know they hate Americans over there. We watch the thing. They like me, though, because I'm loud. The Italians like me. The French hate me. The French really hate me. But the Italians always like me because I'm like, I got Italian in me. Italian and Greek. I got that Mediterranean blood. Hey, thanks for $1.99. See, you guys are the best. But anyway, I'm going to put that towards my green screen and my brain injury. I wish I would have got on tape. You guys ever watch that? See, all right, last story. Then we're out of here. That internet guy who's like, today, your daily dose of internet. If I would have got the green screen coming down and hitting me in the head and spilling coffee and shattering that light, scaring the dogs half to death, I could have got on that channel, but I did not. All I got was a traumatic brain injury. I love you all. I'll try to get a video up Sunday. I'll try to get back videos on Tuesday, and we're going to figure out a day to go live. Okay? Thank you for